Hey everybody, this is Randall for Flomaton Famous. It is my favorite time of the year for two reasons. One, we're entering fall. Two, right now my figs are at peak production. Today, I've got a random sampling of 10 figs that happen to be ripe in my orchard, and I wanted to share this experience with you rather than just ride around and eating the figs. Just a little quick video to talk about each one and kind of do a little comparison as we go down. First one I have up here in the corner is Moscatel Preto. I happen to have picked this tree up last year at the Fig Frolic I don't remember if it was gifted to me or on a trade or how I ended up with this fig. But this is the very first fig on my little tree, and it's a pretty short little tree. And kind of excited to try this one. I'm not going to delay. I'm just going to go ahead and just roll right through these and just tell you a little quick summary about them and just do this little tasting for you. And pardon the ice maker in the background. Sugar. I'm not good at picking out undertones. Nothing really jumps forward and says this is definitely like melon flavor or something like that, but it seems to be just a good sweet fig. I'm gonna leave this other one for my beautiful bride to try later.
Thank you.
Now here's one that I've not talked too well about. And recently, since we're going through a little bit of a dry period, it actually kind of surprised me. Hardy Chicago, once it starts getting ripe in July, it goes all the way to the first frost. And every day, I can reliably go out to my tree and pick at least one or two figs off of it. Now, that it's had time to do a little hang on there and ripen fully, Hardy Chicago is really starting to impress. That one might have been a little too ripe. Had a little bit of a wine flavor to it, and that's not typical of Hardy Chicago. I've always complained that it seems a little underripe, but it doesn't wow me. It's a good fig, and that tree always produces a really good amount of figs. So again, thumbs up on Hardy Chicago. Right next to Hardy Chicago out in my orchard, I have planted Danny's Delight. Danny happens to be my brother-in-law's name. This one is a little smaller tree than my Hardy Chicago, and it's about the same age. But the figs are a little bit bigger, and they tend to be a little bit better. Mount Etna type of fig, better than Hardy Chicago. All right, here's one that I've known about for about 10 years, and the guy who introduced this one, I used to talk to him on the Our Figs forum, and I believe he is actually from Italy or Sicily, and his father brought this fig over with him when he immigrated. This is BI39, another Mount Etna type, and I got quite a few Mount Etnas here, so I guess it's also kind of a Mount Etna comparison. Similar to Danny's Delight, still better than Hardy Chicago. Somebody said it perfectly the other day. It says, what's your favorite Mount Etna type of fig? And the response was, it's like picking your favorite twin. There are very little nuanced differences between all the Mount Etna types. Something's a little different about them, but they're generally all about the same. Now here's one that I just rave about. It's probably one of my favorite Mount Etna types is Attilio's Purple.
I like that one.
And always produces a large amount of figs for me. Not as good as Danny's Delight. BI39 is better than Attilio's Purple on that taste comparison. So far, Danny's Delight is probably my favorite. Rolling on, we have another Mount Etna type. This is Red Lebanese, Bekaa Valley. Some people say Bekka Valley, but it's pronounced Bekaa Valley. And some people just refer to it as RLBV. That's a good one. A little bit flavor, a little bit different on the flavor. I say it's a little bit sweeter than all the previous ones. And RLBV actually really loads up with a lot of figs. My little tree at every node has a fig on it. So if you don't have a Mount Etna, consider RLBV, Red Lebanese, Bekaa Valley. Now, this one, when we were over at Cajun Bees in Louisiana 3 or 4 years ago, we kept coming back to this one. And this was actually my wife's favorite fig for a number of years, and it might still be. St. Rita is just one that we have just fell in love with. This is not considered, some people will refer to it as a Mount Etna, but if you look at the leaf pattern on the tree, it's not typical of a Mount Etna. So it's really unclear what category this falls into. Very robust flavor. Doesn't taste like any of the other Mount Etnas. So far, St. Rita is probably my favorite so far out of all the samplings. Last year at the Fig Frolic, I picked up an improved Celeste. I actually got this from Travis at Lazy Doll Farms. We did a little trade and I picked up improved Celeste. This was the only fig that little tree had on it this year. And it looks like it had been hanging for several days before I looked over and saw it. Look at all that wrinkle on the skin. I swear they just keep getting better and better. That is a really tasty fig. Not a Mount Etna, not the same flavor, just a figgy flavor. So, improved Celeste, that one's a really high contender with probably the best fig on the table tonight. Here's another one that I've really been come to like is, this is Mario's in the Mario's collection. This is number 50. Casa de Lazzro. You can look it up. Mario was a fig collector. He's since passed not too long ago. And they've put a sticky of all his figs that he had in his collection on the Our Figs forum. So it's right at the top. And you can go through there and look at all his figs. But he had a really good display of a wide variety of figs. And so I was really glad that I could pick this one up. I've watched videos on people talking about this one. And it seemed like a really good fig. So let's give it a taste. That's thick skin, jammy. And it too is a different flavor. I can't tell you like it's cherry undertones or something like that, but it's just a good, enjoyable flavor. Good, rich flavor. Now here's the one that I really wanted to make the video for. Cherry Cordial. A lot of people rave about it. I had one to actually get ripe on my tree. This is the very first time I've tried cherry cordial. And so I wanted to bring you guys along and let's give this one a taste, see what this is like. I absolutely love how this tree has performed in my orchard. Fast grower, plenty of figs, beautiful leaves, love the red veins, the red stems. Everything about this tree is a hit with me. That's different. It doesn't taste like any of the other figs I've had tonight. Very smooth. There was a lot to that. Good flavor. I do pick up a little cherry undertone on that, and I'm not good at picking up undertones, but it does have a little hint of a cherry flavor on the backside. All right, guys, out of the 120 varieties, all 10 of these ripened up in my orchard at one time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a like, subscribe if this is your first time watching. We invite you to follow us along as we bring our experience with our fig orchard to you guys. And we'd love to share it with you and get a response back from what you think is your favorite from this. Leave us a comment. Remember, keep growing, keep building, and always keep adventuring. Together, we're Formed and Famous. We'll see you on the next time.